Jeremiah chapter 5. And we're down, let's see, I think we got down to about verse 20 the last time. Actually, okay, 2 weeks ago, I forgot to plug in the audio, like the sign with the big red letters says, plug in audio. And then, so I forgot to, so that one didn't get on TV or on YouTube. And last week was the wills. So we're down here in verse 20. And again, judgments of God upon the Jews for their depravity, adultery, and injustice. So, the last time, remember we finished up with verse 19, and it shall come to pass when ye shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things unto us? The children of Israel, they're asking, why is God doing this to us? And it's going to come to pass. Why is this happening to us? And then shalt thou answer them, like as ye have forsaken me, and served strange gods in your land, so shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. And this is a prophecy of a few more years down the road, about 14 years down the road, when Nebuchadnezzar moves the Babylonian army in to take Jerusalem and to siege Jerusalem and to kill all everybody that's there, and everybody that doesn't get escaped or doesn't be taken captive. So they're going to be slaves in the land of Babylon, serve strangers, the Babylonian people, in a land that is not yours, the Babylonian Empire. So, verse 20, declare this in the house of Jacob, and publish it in Judah. Okay? Declare it, speak it out, even write it down. Post it on a billboard. And if they had it, then put it up on YouTube or something like that. But publish it. Let it be known what God is saying here. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding. Okay? God is calling his people, his chosen people, foolish and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. They have, I guess you could say they have selective hearing, selective seeing. Okay? That happens a lot in families. The husbands and wives. The husbands a lot of times have or kids. Kids are that way too. Kids have selective hearing. Mom says something, and they don't hear it, even though mom says it very loudly. They don't hear it. They don't listen. And they have ears and hear not, have eyes and see not. And, husbands and wives today are that way. You're foolish without understanding. And now, God's asking a question. Verse 22, fear ye not me? Don't you revere me? Don't you even with, our connotation of the word fear, aren't you afraid of me? Saith the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence? And yes, if God showed them, he's actually doing this through the prophet of Jeremiah. He's showing them himself. He's showing them his presence. He's not, physically appearing, but Jeremiah is giving his appearance, his presence through his preaching. Will ye not? And over and over in the Bible, whenever an angel of the Lord appears, okay, to somebody, to Mary at the tomb, she thought it was a gardener, but they anybody that sees or meets an angel of the Lord, they are they're pretty much on their faces in fear and trembling. Okay? And he's asking, you're not trembling. You're not, no fear. You're not trembling. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual degree? Of course, the sea is, it's a big symbol, restless and unstoppable energy, okay? And chafing against, all resistance. If you ever, like I said, about the only channel on TV that has anything new every day is the Weather Channel, and they're always showing, all of the things that water can do, moving water, the sea, and moving water, and God says, God placed the sand. Now there is a, you see in all the TV, stuff, you can see they show waves crashing, tsunamis coming in, but there's a, if you will, a boundary of sand, okay, and even with the waves crashing, the tsunamis coming, the one that happened in Japan, a bunch of years ago, that knocked out the one nuclear power plant there, wiped out whole side of the one of the islands there. You can see all this, the water just pushing and shoving, and all of the houses and boats, big ships and big fishing boats were pushed up onto the land. The houses were destroyed, buildings were destroyed, the nuclear power plant was destroyed pretty much. But there is a boundary there, if you will, and it can dash rocks to pieces. It will take over years, and of course, depending on who you believe, if you like to believe the evolutionists, it takes billions and billions and billions of years to turn a rock into sand. Well, that's not quite the case. It is, the crashing waves are really good at turning rock into sand. But now the sand is a whole lot, if you will, harder to move. Harder, you can't break it down any further. You got a grain of sand, you can't, the waves can't break it down any further. So it's kind of a placed at the edge of the sea, okay, for the bound of the sea, and this is by perpetual decree. This is how God created it, okay, and it's there, and it'll stay there no matter how much the water crashes in. That boundary of sand will still be there. And the sea, that it cannot pass it. It'll go in quite a ways, but eventually that's as far as it'll go. Cannot pass it. And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail, except for breaking things up. They do prevail there, but they cannot prevail any further. They have a boundary. Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it. Unless, of course, global warming here. Seattle will be sinking into the ocean here any day now. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Colorado will have absolutely no snow by 2080. But you know, the oceans, you know, will not be able to pass any further than that. You know, when Seattle gets flooded by the, you know, all of the ice caps melting, you know, as if God did not have any control over that, you know, that we will be, because we're on this side of the mountains. We're blocked by mountain range that will have to take another, you know, billions and billions, according to the evolutionists, years to break down before the ocean gets to us. And we won't care because we won't be around then. Anyway, yet they cannot pass over it. But this people, okay, hath a revolting, and you know, there's the picture of, you know, revolting as in revolution, okay, and there's also this people have a revolting as in disgusting and dirty and nasty and smelly. This people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. And this is, again, a very near future for the folks that Jeremiah is preaching to. He's preaching to he is still in Jerusalem, preaching to the people of Jerusalem, okay, and tell them what's going to happen because, you know, you're foolish and without understanding. Neither say they in their heart, oh, you know, let's change our mind. Let us now fear the Lord our God, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. Okay? And you know, that's what we can say. You know, God is in control of global warming. He is allowing it to happen. You know, if it really, you know, one thing about global warming, okay? The sun comes up in the morning, you know, it's like, you know, lately it's been like, you know, in the 60s or 70s at night. The sun comes up in the morning, and all of a sudden, the globe starts warming up to whatever it's going to get to today, 105 or 90 something. Isn't that strange? Without any help from us puny human beings, the globe warms up when the sun rises in the sky. Except if you're down, you know, south of the equator in Australia, where it's winter now, it's cooling now. It's cold down in Australia right now. So, you know, God's in control of that. He knows what he's doing. He's got it all lined out, okay? But hey, you're going to change your mind now. Let us now fear the Lord our God, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Okay? He sets the time of harvest. He provides the rain for the harvest. Okay? He provides the, if you will, the break in the rain so that they can harvest. Or, let's see, like now, okay, we got what? Fair weekend in 2 weeks, right? I would be willing to predict, I may be wrong, I would be willing to predict that it will rain Saturday morning of the parade. Okay, you can see if I'm right. Saturday morning of the parade, and that weekend will be a little cooler than it has been in just 2 weeks. You know, anybody want to place any bets on that? I wouldn't, but but that's what has happened in the past. Okay, and that's where we'll stop for today, because next verse 25 starts a new paragraph, and it's pretty much the same stuff from God. Okay, judgment Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you.